Good morning, guys. It's Rachelle from Monnow Furniture in overcast, a little bit chilly Sydney. Today I'm working on this beautiful vintage piece. Let's have a look. So this beautiful old girl has seen better days, but she's worth the work. The top has been, this had a big gouge down here, or big split, so that's been glued. I need to sand that off. Everything is being painted. This is a customer piece. It's going to be painted, the body, the frame, and the mirror. So the body, the stand, and the mirror are all going to be a light grey, Pureco fossil, I think, or similar. I see how much fossil I've got. And then the customer's provided me with different paints for each of these drawers. She's going to be so cool. I've got different paints and different drawer pulls for each of these drawers. It's going to look so cool. So what I'm going to do first is sand it all over it. Just because she's a little bit worse for wear. I need to get the glue off here where it's been glued together. I just need to get it to the best possible finish that I can, so that I'll be able to paint over it. Now these drawers are tight, so I don't have room to paint the sides. I'm not going to go there, but so that you can't see the paint from the front, I'm just going to do skim the top of this. I don't want to paint the keyhole block thing, plate, whatever that is. I'm just going to skim the top there, so it's not going to have an impact on the visuals from the front, but it hopefully won't also have an impact on the opening and closing, because see, it's really tight. So these are all going to be different colours. Just getting a little reminder of what it is there. Beard Watson and the number 37768. I'm going to take these catches off and try and give them a bit of a clean. The back of the mirror is a mess. It's all warped. I'm not touching it. My aim really is just to do the best that I can with it. It's not for perfection. We're not seeking perfection here. I'm just bringing the girl back to life. See underneath? Big splits, that's all glue there, so I need to sand that off. So I will sand it, then I will prime it, because this will be porous as heck. That will just suck the paint in, so I'm going to prime it and then get started. Fingers crossed it's not a particularly long job, but I don't mind. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Right, I've just tried to take these off, and it's a bit of a no-go. They're not budging. I don't want to risk damaging the screws, because I want to keep the originals. They're flat heads. It's important to me to keep those originals. So what I'm going to do is clean them. So I'm going to give them a go with this, which is Norglass Clean Plus blended all surface cleaner. It is a toxic one. The colour is a bit of a giveaway. Look at it, it's blue. So I'm just putting it into this little pot. These are my candle melts that I keep. My little wire brush, and I'm going to give it a bit of a scrub. Beep beep paps, please. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a scrub with this. Then I'll tape it off with the yellow tape. I just want to get a bit of the original colour back, really, and get all the rust off. The aim with this piece is not to make it look brand new. In fact, it's probably the opposite. We want to keep the vintage look going on. We don't want to lose that. Yeah, that's coming up well. Right, so I'll go and do that to the other one on the other side, and the pieces that are attached to the mirror. Then I'll leave it a while for those to dry off whilst I start sanding. Right, time to get sanding. Sorry about the mess everywhere, guys, but You know, this is the reality of being a furniture flipper. It's not all pretty. It's a mess a lot of the time. Oh, side note, I got these from Costco the other day. I think it was a pack of maybe 30 for 28 bucks. It's not particularly cheap, I know, but they're really thick, really nice quality ones. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is sand over this piece now. My aim is just to give it a good finish that I can paint on. It's not going to be great, but that's not what my aim is. I need to get it smooth so it'll take the paint well, and that's it. So I'm going in with a 120 grit, but I'm going to be delicate. I'm not going to do much. My aim isn't to get this wood you know, to a standard where I can stain it, because that's not what I'm doing. But I just want to give it, it's almost cleaning it and getting this glue off. Right, usual Bosch GX125 ABE Professional with a 120. Harper's been a bit needy. Sometimes she's okay with sander noise. No, Bailey's worried about it. She's fine. She's fine, Bailey. Sometimes she's okay with the sander noise. Sometimes she's not. Come on in. Down you go. She's fine, baby. Oh, jeez. See, so this is coming up really nicely. Now there's a bump here. I'm not going to try and get rid of that. It's impossible at this stage. But I'm getting a nice smooth surface to clean off. I'm getting the glue off. That's all I want. Right, I'll carry on with this. Right, so I've sanded all the flat areas now, the drawers and the tabletop. Now I'm going to go in with my cheapo, my Azito cheapo, and just do all the areas that I can't get into, all the corners and the body with this. Then I'll be good to start with the primer. Cool. Right, so she sanded all over, so we've got a good surface to paint on now. And I've wiped her down. Now normally I would clean this off with white lightning, but to be honest, because it's so porous and we're dealing with raw wood, I'm not going down that road. I'm just going to make sure she's dry and clean, and then I'm going to start with a primer. Right, she's sanded, she's clean. I've given her a good wipe over so there's no dust, and now I'm going to prime. And because I'm doing a grey on this, I'm going to prime it with Pureco base blocker in grey. So this blocks tannins, etc., but that's not what I'm using this for. I'm using this to give me a good surface, an even surface to paint off. Plus it'll reduce my paint coats. I would expect Fossil is only going to be 2 coats anyway, but I haven't looked. I don't know if I've got enough Fossil, so we will see. So the brushes I'm going to use for this is my sleek 38 that I've chopped off. I just like just holding it like that, and my Unipro 25 Bunnings. Cheap, 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 cheap. I'm cheap. Right, let's get it on. Oh, that doesn't sound good, is it? Let's get it on. I meant get the primer on, guys. It's pretty thick, and because this is porous, so just dealing with raw wood here, it's going to just soak it up, and then we'll have a nice surface to paint off. And the whole body, the top, the frame is all being painted the same colour. The drawers are just, each of the drawers are just going to have different colours. And the customer has provided me with those paints. I've got freedom as to which colour goes on which drawer. But that's about it. Yeah. So I've just made the decision, guys. I've put a post on my YouTube, sorry, on my on the Monnow Lane Furniture Friends group. to hold me accountable to it. That I don't enjoy doing commission pieces as much as I do my own pieces. Now this I'm going to really enjoy because it's creative. But when I'm doing commissions, I'm finding I'm doing the same things over and over again. It just gets monotonous. I'm not learning anything new. I'm not able to show you guys anything new. So I've decided that I'm just going to reduce drastically the number of commissions I do. So I'm going to do maximum 1 per month. And that is going to reduce my income quite dramatically. But not everything's about money, and you've got to enjoy what you do. I say that. I know for a lot of people, money is really, really important. This isn't my sole income. This isn't my main income. So I'm able to make decisions like that, thankfully. But I really need to be enjoying this. I need it to be a good thing for my anxiety and not to make it worse. And being creative is what my anxiety needs. So I don't usually like to feed my anxiety. That's how I call it. Don't do what it asks of you. But if what it's asking of me, which is to be creative, is what helps me remain calm and anxiety free, then I'll feed that. So commission pieces, you won't see me doing as much. I'm going to be putting my own take on it. And you know what, that also means that all the paint that I've got in my shed I can get to use. At the minute I could only use in the same sort of colours over and over, because that's what customers want. I mean, it stands to reason that a customer sees a piece that you've created already and they say, I want that, I want to do the same as that, please. So you end up doing the same things over and over, especially when you put a hutch out there or you put something white out there. I'm always scared to show my white pieces because everyone says, can you do that for me? I'm like, not really. But anyway, so that's it. My pieces are going to be different from here on in. It'll be a few weeks probably before you notice, because I'm getting ahead of myself on the game. I've actually got a bit of bleed through here, which I didn't expect to get, but there is a lot of red in this. So I'll have a look after it's dry. I'll have a look at how it's going. If I've got any bleed through like that, I'll do some I'll spray some primer on these spot areas to block it. And I've seen some people suggest using a top coat on those areas to spot, and I've got a spray top coat, so I might do that. But let's just see. I love these sleek brushes. They're so sleek. Strange that. Where did they get that name from, I wonder? No, they're just nice. I wish they'd do a round brush though. Jimmy, if you're watching from Sleek Brushes, get some round brushes going, please. Wax brushes. See, look, there's loads of little indented areas. Let me see. Yeah, see, that's going to go on better for that. It'll get in those areas better. You can't see them, but it's like it's the texture, yeah, and I need to get into that texture, and this is a round pointy brush, so it'll do it better. See, Jimmy, this is why we need these. Us furniture painters need these, okay? Make them, send them to me quickly. Quicker than that, quicker than that. I say that to my husband all the time. Oh God, that sounds terrible. No, I mean, when I'm asking you to do anything, oh man, stop talking, Rach. What's up, Paps? What's the matter? See, and you wouldn't want to be doing this with your paint, your main paint. You don't want to get that texture. With chalk, it'd be fine. But with mineral, you don't want it to be. This is why primers are good. Yeah, I've definitely got a bit of bleed through there. but I'm not going to do a full 2 coats of this. It doesn't need it. Harper's really clingy today. Can you see her? You alright, Harps? What's the matter? What's that? You need a coach? I'm going to cut you down? I'll cut you in a minute, okay? Let me just finish doing this. Let me just finish doing this. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm priming this actually. Yes. Right, I will carry on doing this. See, I'm just getting in all that textured area, so it's all getting filled. These brushes are really nice to work with. Really nice. Oh, and I used, I soaked these in that water-based, water-based turps that I got from Bunnings the other week. And I just soaked it because I'd left some of them with a bit of paint on. And it cleaned it off really well. Look at the handle. Just sort of peeled off after. So I like that, water-based turps. I thought it'd be crap, but it wasn't. So there you go. Right, let's talk in more painting. I'll get on with this, guys. Right, let's talk products. So, customer has provided me with all the paints and the draw pulls. It's going to be kooky. It's great. So, I've got Porter's Hailstorm. Like the look of that. Porter's Old Stone Wall. I was worried that it was going to look too similar to the Fossil, but now I see it in this light. It's not, so that's good. We'll go with that. Porter's Squid Ink and Porter's Bay Leaf. And these draw pulls. A different one on each drawer. Got 2 on each drawer, and then, yeah. It's going to look good, hey? I'm excited about this. Right. I need to have a look at the colour that I'm going to use. So I know that I'm going with one that looks like Fossil, but I think I might have to mix it up. Actually, I can see I've got some bleeding, so I'm going to do some more touching up with primer first. And you see, not sure if you'll be able to. There, got some little bleeding through there, so let me get to work on that, and then when that's dry, I can start painting. Okay, I've just been talking to myself, so I didn't have enough Fossil. I had about 100ml, so I'm just going to mix in some colours. That's the original colour. I've put it into the lid so I know what I'm trying to achieve. Looks like a beige in this, but when it's on, it's definitely grey. So I'm pouring in this 100ml pot of Endless Shore, and I'll mix that in. Endless Shore is like a cream, so I'm going to pour that in, but I don't want to turn it cream, so I'm going to put in a little bit of Dixie Belle Anchor, which is their black, tiny bit, because this is strong, potent. What colour? What would you use? What word would you use? Look, I can't even see what I'm doing. Jeez, Rach, catch up with yourself. Right, look how thick it is. Bloody hell, that's real thick. That's what happened. Oh, look what I've just done. Totally contaminated that. Don't do that, guys. That was an idiot move. That's going to have to all go in my pot now. My mix pot. Right, mixing this up. And see, I've kept my original so I can see what I'm trying to achieve. It doesn't have to be exact, because all I'm doing, this is a customer piece, and I know I just want it to be a light grey. That's what the customer wants. And I've got, so that's going more grey than it previously was. Now this is white cap. So I'm getting to use up all my little pots, so that's good. And I am going to contaminate this one, because it doesn't matter. Because I've got no intention of painting anything white. Ever. Right. See, that's definitely a light grey now. I might just roll with that actually, because I know that looks like a beige. but I know that it dries like that, so that's a struggle really. I'm just going to run with that. I like that colour. So, how strange that looks like a completely different colour. But this looks more like the, yeah, no, we're good. We're running with that. And I've got plenty now, so that's good. Right, that needs to go into my mix pot. Bloody idiot. And I'm just going to go and put these pots in the wash so that I can use them again. Right, we're getting the paint on. I'm sticking with the Unipro. And look, it looks like beige next to that grey. Isn't that weird? In the pot it looks grey. So weird. But it'll dry more of a grey. Strange. So it's a lot easier with these brushes to get into these detailed areas. Not detailed, the little crevices. And because I've got this, a lot of texture on this wood, it's easier to get into there. So I should still get a nice finish with this paint, even though I've mixed it in, because the paints that I've mixed in with Pureco also have a built-in top coat, the Dixie Belle Silk. So I'm not going to need to add another top coat. Quite comfortable about that. It's going to look so pretty. Did you guys watch the video on Dixie Belle Silk versus Fusion? I was actually really surprised at the outcome of that. I thought that I knew those two paints inside out, and I didn't. I hadn't used them next to each other ever. So you know, when you go a few days or weeks between using them, you don't feel the differences straight away. But when I was using them one straight after the other, I could feel the difference in the application straight away. And then when they were done, I could feel the difference in the finish. So it was really interesting to me anyway. Oh, look. Get a room, girls. Get a room. They're always licking each other's ears. Is that a dominance thing? I don't know. A weird thing, I think. So I don't put too much on my brush. Just let the paint do the work for you. You don't need to overload it. There, that's it. That's more than enough. You'll really be surprised how far these paints go. When I first started doing this and saw that the paint came in like 500 and 600 ml pots, I was like, what the heck, that's going to cost me a fortune to do a piece. But when you get a good paint with a good coverage, out of a 600 ml pot, the Pureco's come in 600, you can get 3 pieces, 3 large pieces. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Is it? Or is it just me being a nut job? I think we all know the answer to that. Yeah, I'm a nut job, but that's alright. I reckon most of us who enjoy painting and creativity are a bit nuts. I think that's why we do it. Embrace it, people. Embrace your craziness. It's what makes us who we are. Cray. Yeah, so I've noticed a spike in my anxiety lately. I think it's probably coupled with being so busy, but also I think my hormones are kicking in. My old lady hormones. They can bugger off faster than they are. I don't need them. Get rid of them, please. Take it all out if you have to. Oh, joys of being a woman. Right, I'm gonna get on with this, guys. See, now it looks grey. So weird. So weird. Nice though. Do you think? Is it nice? I think so. Right, I'll be back. Right, I'm going to paint the drawers now, and one of the colours I was going to do was the old stone wall. I actually do think it's going to be too similar to the body, so customer also gave me popcorn. Oh, it's chalk. I'm not using that. I'll find a different. Anyway, I'm going to go with a white instead. I've got other whites that I'll use. I'm not using chalk. So, colours. Right. I want the light colour, one of the light colours to be on the top drawers because I don't want that overwhelming the piece. Green, blue, squid ink. And I'll just put that one on there for now so I know that's going to be my light colour. And I've got my sticks. I've got my paints, paintbrushes. I've just got my 3 sleeks. These are 25mm. And this is a, how do you say that? Stallmeister. Anyway, I think I've only used this once. Let's have a go. Squid ink. So this is like, this is a dark charcoal. I think it's got a little bit of blue in it. Pretty nice. I don't know what the finish is going to be like on this. Oh, they don't fit in there. Okay. 25mm brushes, guys, for these. So I don't know if I'm going to need to do a top coat over top of this or not. I'm not going to get a silky smooth finish simply because of the finish on the wood. It's very grainy. And it's really absorbent even with the primer on. Bailey, can you stop, please? I can hear the dog next door, or smell the dog next door. So I'm not going to paint the sides of these. I might take the very edge off just so that you won't be able to see it from the front, but there's no room to paint the sides. And I'll do a very light skim on the top. But that's it. This is going to look really nice, I think. Even if I do say so myself. I think so. What do you think, guys? Do you think the customers chose wisely? Right, that's that one done. Now let's look at this one. So this one is Hailstorm. Ooh, that's nice. Similar to Dixie Belle Tide Pool, I'd say. Dixie Belle Silk Tide Pool. And also maybe Eucalypt or Lagoon, Pureco. Yeah, there's more blue coming through now. Okay. Bailey, can you just relax for a little bit, please? Well, not right by there. This smells quite nice and it's going on really well. I just don't know what sort of finish I'm going to get with it. Oh, it looks really flat. Okay, we'll see. I might have to put a top coat on it. Which is annoying. But that's the joys of being a furniture flipper. Isn't it, guys? You also can't overwork this. It's an eggshell, so it's got this built-in top coat of sorts. So as it's drying, just let it go. Let it go, let it go. That's that one. Now, so now we're going with, what's this one? Bay leaf. Not bay leaf, bay leaf. Can you see me over here? Oh, you got me kidding. Jesus. Comedy show returns. Great, got paint on that. I'll just leave that in. Who cares, eh? I think it's expected of me now, isn't it? If I didn't do stuff like that, people are like, I'm not really sure if that was Rachelle. So these will need 2 coats. It's pretty good coverage. So I'm good with that. But it is going to need a top coat. I don't like the finish on that at all, actually. Apart from the fact I just got the paint on it, but I don't like the finish of that. It's almost... talk amongst yourselves. Right, I'm going to go and get the paint for this one. Oh, a bug on there. Thank you. Get off. Paint this one, put another coat on each of them, and then we'll see how we go. Right, for this drawer I'm going to use Vintage Bird. What colour is this? Chalk white. Which looks like it's an antique white kind of thing. So I'm just going to pour it into my little candle melts pot that I get. I'll put a top coat on this as well, because it's a matte finish and I like the satin finish, as you know. Nothing to do with the paint, just my preference. And that fits in there. Sweet. Ooh, that's good coverage for a white. Ooh, smells nice too. I love it when I get a white that doesn't make me want to cry. I like this brush actually, I like the size of it. It's spreading out a little bit as I'm painting, the bristles are. It's probably better for chalk than it is for mineral paint, maybe. I could be wrong. Usually am. Right, leave me to get on with this and I'll be back. Dead set, my favourite piece ever. I wish I could say this was my idea. It wasn't. 100% the customers, and her style is on point. My phone, as always, is throwing a bit more blue than reality. There's me. Oh, this is my new purchase from Cotton On, actually. It's a bit short though, so I've got shorts underneath. Irrelevant. What do you think, Habs? You like it, eh? Oh, it's beautiful. So, well, you saw all the colours that I use. So the customer, she gave me all the colours from here. I haven't top coated them because they're actually fine. Even the Vintage Bird that I always do top coat, I haven't. The finish is absolutely fine. It's just beautiful. I just love it. I wish I could keep this one. I'm gonna have to find one to do myself like this, I think. I was going to use a black draw pull, but I thought there was too much black going on there, so I threw in the brush bronze. Right, I'm going to take some photos now. I don't know whether to show the customer or to wait. Look at that. That's how classy I am. My keys tucked in my bra. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't know whether to send her photos now or just give her a surprise when I drop it off, because she's going to be at a stun. She paid $20 for this. Oh, she's a beauty. Right, I better go and get these photos done and get this video up for you, eh? So please like, subscribe, comment, head over to Monnow Lane Furniture Friends if you want to share your work, have a chat, have a giggle. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll see you over there. Take care, guys.